Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. So happy to have you all. Hello Willow, hello Alistair Nia, hello Master Burb. Welcome everyone. How is your Wednesday? Sorry about the later start, but I ordered some Thai food and it arrived later than I would have liked. So I had to quickly nom it all and brush my teeth, and here I am. I'm here, I'm queer, get used to it. But yeah, I hope everybody is doing well. I tossed up a poll in Twitch chat. Unfortunately, the way Twitch chat polls work, there's a character limit, so I couldn't put in the full extent of stuff I wanted to. But oh well. um, so, if you could all vote, we're going to be making a character together today for our D&D one-shot, our solo D&D adventure, The Secret of Oki Island. I don't really know anything about this adventure aside from that it involves like the ocean and seafaring based on the description. So, um, we're going into this. We could be making a very suboptimal build. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. That is the way the cookie crumbles. I'm going to try and turn down my gain because I look very loud. Hopefully that makes me more tolerable. Let me know if the sound is better now because I was like maxing out every time I talk. So yeah, so the plan is we're going to go through making this character together. We're going to go to classes, then we're going to do races, and we're going to try and actually like stat them out. And once we've got the vibe of our character down, I'm going to try and draw them. So should be funzo. As an additional clarification, for the class groupings, I posted this in my Discord and in Blue Sky, but basically, Marshall is Fighter, Barbarian, Rogue, Monk. Arcane Caster is Wizard, Sorcerer, Warlock, Artificer, Bard. And then Divine Caster is Cleric, Druid, Paladin, Ranger. So once we have voted on a grouping, we will vote on a class like specifically out of that grouping. And when we get to the race section, we've got the biggest mana orbs, classic, a true Obsidia character. When we get to races, we're going to vote first on if we're going to use a PHB race, or B, if we're going to use a Mordekainen's, like the expanded races. And then from there, just kind of freelance over things with everyone being like, hey, well, what's the vibes that you have? Because there's too many races to do a poll for them. Hey, Scarth, my heart, welcome. Please go vote in the poll about what class we should be playing. I would appreciate it. But yeah, I know that name from the D&D movie. Yeah, so from what I've gathered, this adventure is basically like a choose your own adventure novel, except there's combat in it and there's like a D&D character. But like it's literally like a book and you flip through like, hey, you read this section, now go to page 17 to see what happens, and it'll bounce through that. So it should be very interesting to do in action. Because, yeah, that just seems like it's going to be a very silly format. Thank you, Scarth, for voting. We have 3 votes so far. If anybody else wants to toss in an old vote-a-roo before the poll is up, I would appreciate that. Hey, Ivan, welcome. Bit of a static fuzz. I'm not sure what I can do about that. Because it says it's recording it through the... Oh, it says it's recording it through the correct microphone. Give me a second. Oh, I'm actually a liar. It was not the right microphone. Oof. All right, well, there we go. That probably explains why my sound sounded so shitty on Monday. I was like listening back to the VOD. I was like, man, this sounds awful. Do I always sound this bad? Hey, Ivan. Yep, this is a place for free hugs in this economy, although the free hugs actually cost 900 points, I think. Oh, hey, Lucy. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the raid on Monday, by the way. I tried to ping you in Blue Sky, but it said your Blue Sky didn't exist. So I had to, or not Monday, last Monday. So I had to just kind of wing it. The quote-unquote free hug. Yes, thank you, Master Phil. All right, we got a Big Death Knight hug redeemed. Once again, please be sure to vote in the poll for what class we're gonna play. That would explain why, because like I literally used the one on your Twitch and it said I was a liar. Hey Loth, welcome, welcome. All you, oh not all you foxos. All right, everybody, get your hugging utensils ready because I'm coming in deep. And a 3, and a 2, and a burl. There you go, a Big Death Knight hug from me to you. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, we got 7 votes so far. If anybody else wants to vote, currently we have a tie. So when we have ties, we just will odd or even the vote. Like I'll just roll a d4 and see what happens. But yeah, I hope everyone's excited. So as I was explaining earlier, the plan is we're going to vote on class category. Then I'm going to do a vote about actual, like, what class we should play out of that category. And then from there, we will move on to races. Since we're level 2 character, unless we're like a druid, a wizard, wizard, warlock, sorcerer, druid, I think are the only 4 classes we'll have a subclass on. So we may not have to subvote again to see which subclass to play. But yeah, so it'll be interesting. We're gonna be making this character together, and then once we have our character like down mechanically, we're gonna draw him. And I'll take some feedback. I'll take some ideas because I know that I am likely to be trolled and such. So I'll take ideas of aesthetics to do. From what I understand, this adventure is we're on a boat and we do some seafaring, some swashbuckling. So aside from that, I don't really know what happens in the adventure. I didn't read ahead because I felt like that would be cheating in a choose your own adventure novel. Who would troll me, Master Burb? Who would indeed? Buckle up, buckaroos, it's swashbuckling time. No, that's like I've played everything, Ivan. That's why I'm doing the vote. Like I don't care. I don't care what class we do. I've played everything. Like my favorite class is fighter, but that's entirely irrelevant. Especially when you don't have a subclass or anything. It's just like, whatever. Can't think of anyone. Is Alistair actually La Troll? I also have some DJ Seahorse to put on in the background. So we're actually going to do a sound check for that. Let me know how loud this is. That's not even the right microphone. Heck. They must have reset my everything. Oh, that's why I didn't have the right sound thing in. Okay, that seems kind of loud. Let me turn her down a bit. All right, let me know how loud that is versus like me existing in this world. Je suis la trolleur. All right, we got a tie between Marshall and Arcane Caster. So we're gonna roll off for it. On a 1 to 2, we're gonna be a Marshall. On a 3 to 4, we're gonna be an Arcane Caster. How do I do this? There we go. What the hell? Oh, I must because I'm doing 3D dice or something. I was like, what in the goddamn? Okay, music isn't overpowering me. Okay, so we are gonna be an arcade caster. So now that we are an arcade caster, time for poll 2. Arcane caster class. 1 is La Wizard. 2 is Sorcerer. 3 is Le Bard. 4 is the Warlock. 5 is the Artificial. Alright, which class do you want my bodacious orbs to be contemplated? Bodacious orbs live in 4K. For those of you who don't know, I've been watching a lot of Unsleeping City, which is the Dimension 20 Magic New York D&D campaign, and it is a lot of fun. Like, their characters are all ridiculous. They literally have a rat druid, they've got a fucking Staten Island drunken divorcee monk, a firefighter paladin himbo, they've got a drug-dealing transmask wild magic wizard or sorcerer, a cleric of the city who is just the most, like, the way it manifests is amazing, and then they've got a Broadway performing fae bard. Yes, I highly recommend it. I put it off for a while, but it is, in fact, very good. Also, these votes are quite peak. We have 1 across the board. Every class got a 1, so, you know, I'll probably give it to the halfway mark, and if we're still all tied, we're just gonna roll a d6, see which class we get. Democracy, though, almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. But yeah, if you like Dimension 20 stuff, I highly recommend you watch Unsleeping City. Apparently there's a 2nd season of it too, so... But it's very good. I hate New York as a city, and an institution, and also kind of a people. But I still enjoy seeing this New York adventures. With my favorite running gag being the one character who lives in Staten Island inviting people to stay at her house, and everyone just goes, oh, yeah, I'd rather be homeless than go to Staten Island. New York derogatory, very accurate. No, Ivan, you're wrong. New York City sucks. It's a horrible place. It's a dirty city full of mean people. That is my unbiased opinion of New York. I'm sorry if there's any New York aficionados out there, but I despise New York as a city. Every time I've been to New York City, I've had a miserable experience. Yeah, that is kind of the US as a whole. But New York is, you know, the greatest embodiment of it. It's like the consolidated shittiness of America in one place. What about Old York? Old York is in England, so I would say that's probably not super relevant. Yeah, man, like, basically, Scarred, I will never forget, like, walking out of a hotel in Manhattan at, like, 1 in the morning, and there were fucking, like, whirling tornadoes of garbage blowing down the street. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this city? And I always remember when I was on the subway once with my friend, and this guy just started ranting about St. Jerome on it. And, like, of course they're New Yorkers, so everyone just ignores him. And I, as the token Californian, is like, what the fuck is going on? And he forgot halfway through his rant, and I could see him, like, visibly trying to remember his place in his rant about how it was St. Jerome's Day. And then I also remember learning the hard way the difference between, like, I don't know if it was streets or avenues, but, like, my friend lived in Brooklyn at, I don't know, we'll say, like, 13th Avenue. And I don't remember off the top of my head, like 13th Avenue. And so I get to, like, we'll say 12th Street, and I'm like, oh, I guess 13th Street is across this river, and I went to fucking New Jersey by accident. So, funnily enough, I got on the ferry to New Jersey for free, but they charged me on my way back. I guess you're allowed to flee New York, but you have to pay to return. So, yeah. You hate to see an accidental New Jersey. Yeah, so those are my opinions about fucking New Jersey, or about New York. I just can't stand it as a city. My Southern Californian blood just finds the city repugnant on a very moral level. Huh. Hey, Knight, welcome. Alright, it looks like our vote is 1 for everything except Bard. So this is your last chance to vote, otherwise I will be a Bard. So I will give you guys another 1 more minute to vote before we enter our Bardification arc. Jersey Berry, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. Oh my god, speaking of Jersey, we've been, Yuko and I have been watching a lot of mob movies, and like every mob movie stars Robert De Niro, which is very amusing. But we also started watching The Sopranos, and fucking, you know, by lineage, I am half Sicilian, and so now, like, as we've watched so many, like, mob media things, as we watch so many mob media things, I now will, like, sometimes just go into, like, this faux, like, Italian Jersey accent, and it drives Yuko crazy. Hey, Zephyr! Welcome! How you doing, Zeph? How goes the bean life? Yeah, we're making a character for a D&D solo adventure that I'm gonna be streaming. So, you're voting on what class I'm gonna be playing. So, like, we'll be going and, like, Yuko will say something to troll me and I'll just be like, Maron! Let me guess, Alistair, as a French person, you hate Paris. Every French person I know hates Paris. Merde, oh, très merde. Yeah, I don't think there's a single French person that likes Paris. I just think that's a fact. Perhaps that's why it burns down so often. Alright, so we got 3 votes for Bard, winning out against 1 for everything else. Some Parisians love Paris. 1 out of 10 Parisians actually like the city. I also find it interesting, this is entirely just an Obsidian comments about Europe thing, but I find it interesting that, like, in Europe, like, the city centers are supposed to be, like, the good parts of the city, while the suburbs are generally shitty, which is just very interesting because it's 100% the opposite of how America is. America, cities suck, and then the suburbs are, like, supposed to be nicer. So, I just find that an interesting kind of juxtaposition. Alrighty, so we are a Bald. Le Bald. Because we're going to be a level 2 Bard, we don't have to worry about picking a subclass at all, so that won't matter. City Gang. I live in the suburbs, and I've always lived in the suburbs, so... But, yeah, so we're going to be about. So, unfortunately, I have to wait for this poll to end. I did it too long. I'm going to do 5-minute polls going forward. So we're going to be a bard, and now we're going to pick our race. We're going to do Tasha's style. So, you know, the stats, don't worry about stats. We're just going to be picking, like, races for style and racial abilities. So, thank you for the lurk, Ivan. I appreciate it. And that's not always true, Locke. There are cities that have, like, 300 years of history. I am a sexy menace. It's my only standard. Alrighty, so now we're gonna pick if you want to be a race book. It sounds kind of racist when I put it that way. D&D race book. Player's Guide races. Or I never know how to spell Mordekainen. Mordekainen? Does he have like 3 N's in his name? I don't know. Mordekainen's. I don't know. We'll just call it Mordekainen's race book. Because I don't remember what the fuck it's got like some weird ass name. You like Cornfields Knight? Knight's a cornfield enthusiast? That's unsurprising. The robot race is called Warforged. Warforged. They're from Eberron. Mordekainen's has a whole lot of wacky races in it. Pittsburgh isn't a great city. They've got even shittier public transport. No Indian restaurants. How do you have no Indian restaurants? Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think I have friends who live in Pittsburgh, and they actually really like it. But maybe they live in the suburbs of Pittsburgh. I don't know. They live in a very gay area of Pittsburgh, from what I understand. I live outside of DC. So, I don't know. It's pretty nice. The suburbs are pretty nice, not gonna lie. I have no idea, Lucy. I only went to Pittsburgh once, and it was for their wedding. That's literally the only experience I've had with Pittsburgh. Having that, what's it called? That sandwich place. Primanti's? Primanti's, something like that. I did have a Primanti sandwich there. The authentic Pittsburgh experience. Maybe human. Human? In this economy, Master Fail? I play a human in real life. I don't need to do that in D&D. What a cringe suggestion, Master Verb. What most cringe indeed. I technically play a human in Deadlands, if you count a inbred Welsh people as human. Shady Side is pretty gay with a little unicorn on it. Cute, cute. Oh, God, what was this thing? They went to, like, a Pride event, and apparently there's, like, a sapphic group in Pittsburgh. They go by, like, apparently yins is, like, a term in Pittsburgh for people, which is already ridiculous. And I'm trying to find what the picture for the sapphic group was. Give me 1 second. Oh, where is it? Oh, they might have deleted it. Damn it. I want to say it was like, there we go. Lesbians. That's the name of the group. Lesbians. That's it. What a savage people. Yins is a term. Alright, we have 4 votes for Mordekainen's and nothing for anything else so far, so looks like we're gonna go Mordekainen's. For races, we're gonna do this real, like, quick draw, because there's too many things for me to do a poll for it. So I'm just gonna list races, and you guys can vote which one you want me to be. So, unless there's 4 votes coming in the next, like, minute, we're gonna go say it's gonna be Mordekainen's. So, here are your race options. Can I just... Oh, I can't copy it like that. There's Aarakocra, so bird people. There's Azimir, so celestial people. There's Bugbear, big goblinoid people. Centaur, horse people. Changeling, trans people. Deep gnomes, I don't know, underground radioactive short people. Durgar, underground radioactive slightly short people. Eladrin, which are fey elves. Fairies, which are fairies. Furbolg, which are hippie giants. Ganassi of the various elemental types. Githyanki, space racists. Githzerai, space Buddhists. Goblins. Goliath, normal-ass giant people. Herdagon, rabbit people. Hobgoblins, big but not too big goblin people. Kenku, small bird people. Kobold, small dragon people. Lizard folk, large lizard people. Minotaur, surprisingly short cow people. Orcs, satyrs, short goat people. Sea elves, aquatic elves, which is actually longer than saying sea elf, which is surprising. Shadowkai, shadow elf people. Shifter, animal people. Tabaxi, literal cat girl. Tortle, literal turtle man. Triton, fish people. And Yonti, snake people. So, if any of those races sound appealing, just type in chat what race that you think we should do. And we'll use that as our pool. So we have a vote for funny people. Master Fail, do you want goblin people to be yours? We got a vote for Triton. Kobold. Okay, we got Goblin, Kobold, Triton, Bunny, Tortoise. Let me just heavy breathing. So we got Goblin, Bunny, Triton, Kobold, and Turtle. So we have five votes so far. I'm gonna give it another. You gotta vote C Gang for VOD. I appreciate it. I'm gonna give another 2.5 minutes for people to cast any extra votes, and then we'll do a vote on it. Power Rangers are running out of ideas, huh? Yep. I respect the Power Ranger who gets the dummy thick goblin as their Megazord. Goblin or goblin, but in German, difficult choice. And your kobolds are goblin in Deutsch. That is kind of surprising to me. Gerblin, home of the Gerbles. Okay, 30 seconds left to vote your decision. Race to play. Goblin, Kobold, Turtle, Triton, Pentagon, Bunny. So we started watching Power Rangers. God, I remember the OG Power Rangers as I was a kid. I did not know it was basically like a Japanese dub until I was like a grown-ass person. I thought Power Rangers was just a weirdly melodramatic American thing. Ah, Kobold's your catch-all critter. Goblin, Hobgoblin, and Gremlin. Alright, 3-minute poll based on what we are... Yo, Vaughn! Speaking of fish fetishes, how you doing, Vaughn? Thank you for the resub. 52 weeks. We love to see it coming. Welcome, Vaughn. We're voting on what race our bard is going to be. The Kobold people remember this. Alistair in French. Are your kobolds, goblins, hobgoblins, and gremlins all the same word? Put all my chips on Goblin? Wow, you're missing the fish fetishist opportunity. And Scarth went and chose it for you. Tisk tisk. Yeah, if people really like the format of doing these solo D&D adventures, there is another one that takes place at level 3 to 4. And so we could have our character there be the leveled up version of whatever we played here. Goblin is Goblin or Guillaume. And I don't know the rest because I only play D&D with English speaking folks. It is Kabod. La Kabod. Le Ouvgoulant. Oh, 3 votes for Goblin, 2 for Triton. Goblin's Tragoose. Trans goes? Let's go. Trans Goblin girls. Pretty sure Kobold is just Gabal. Gabal. You believe in short stack supremacy? Understandable. Understandable. You know, if we get Triton, I'm very tempted to just make her an Inkling from Splatoon. We got Triton Bard. We are basically just Splatoon at that point. Straight up Brazilian Samba hours. Small but hug short stack supremacy. Oh, we got another vote for Triton. Le Cadaul, le Gobelin, Gobelin. Meet me behind the Bargain Vendor, for we will have a Gobelin good time. Oh, the vote is over. Oh, so close, Triton. So close. Sadly, a phrase you never learned in French for some reason. We are a Goblin! Goblin Bard! Let's go! So we are, in fact, short stack Goblin Girl. So let's use the old Charactermancer. So let's actually build this gal now. I have the Eberron book, so I have to double check, because I know she's different in Mordekainen's, because they nerfed it because Baseline was a little too powerful, so we'll just tweak things from the Eberron one, since I'm just using Roll20 for this. Let me see. Sorry all you burb and fish enthusiasts, Goblin 1 out. Okay. Goudel Mudicano. So we are Le Gobelin. We're gonna be... Alignment doesn't matter, because we're in America. Choose a class. We are Le Bal. Our skill proficiencies. Obviously, we should probably know performance, because we're a bard. Let's go as persuasion so we can sex people up. Oui, Bardet Goublon. Oh, oui, Bardet, oh, Gobelin Bardet. Performance, persuasion. What should our third skill be? Do we want to sleight of hand, stealth, survival, religion, nature, perception, medicine, investigation, intimidate, insight, history, deception, athletics, arcana, acrobatics, or animal handling? What should our third little skill be? Do we want to see better? Do we want to juke better? Do we want to bamboozle people better? We got perception and deception voted so far. Any other votes? Deception sounds fun. 2 for deception. Okay, deception is gonna win out 3-1. For instruments, what kind of instruments do we want to know how to play? Bagpipes, which I assume people are gonna do just because they're trolls. Drums, dulcimer, flutes, horns, lutes, lyres, pan flutes, a shawm, or a viol. A shawm is like an East Asian instrument, kind of like a shamisen. Ukulele. Alright, we got a ukulele vote so far. Bass guitar, panpipes, you say? We can always just put whatever down, and if you want me to play the fucking guitar, she can. So we got ukulele, bass guitar, and panpipe so far. Any other votes? Kazoo should also be an option. My pipes don't lie. I like the bass guitar of just like this, this blues pirate goblin. What the fuck is an automaton? I too just make up instruments. That is a goofy ass looking instrument. Bass guitar is even taller than her. Stop making up instruments. I appreciate the amount of synthesizers in this fucking pirate goblin. I know this. Actually, I do know this instrument. I've seen it before. It is quite silly. All right, so we're gonna just go. We're gonna pick 3 random ones, and apparently, obviously, we'll see. I don't even know how to. It didn't exist until 1928. Alright, we're gonna do standard array. So standard array, we're obviously gonna max out. We're gonna be charisma maxing all day, every day. What other stats do people think we should prioritize? We're gonna do our highest at charisma, which actually we could do a 14 to get multiple higher ones. So, do you want wisdom, intelligence, constitution, dexterity, or strength? Stop it, Lucy. Slap your wrist. So we got a vote for dexterity, a vote for we got 2 for dex, 1 for strength. Keep those all night playing those instruments. Okay, so we're gonna do dex and con as our next highest. So let's go. We'll do 2 in charisma, 1 in dexterity. We're gonna tweak our stats when we're all done because it auto set it to the racial one. Our next highest is going to be Con with 13. Oops, 13. And then we get to Strength, Wisdom, and Intelligence. Which do we want to be our highest, and which do we want to be our lowest? If we're playing this min-maxi, we would do 8 Strength. But I leave that up to you guys if we want to do low Strength, or if we want to have 12 Strength and be 8 Intelligence or 8 Wisdom. No Wisdom, only Muscle. Alright, we're gonna... Wisdom is for nerds. We're gonna go 8 Wisdom, 12 Strength, 10 Intelligence. So, these are gonna be our stats. We're gonna have 12 Strength, 16 Dex, 13 Con, 10 Intelligence, 8 Wisdom, and 16 Charisma. Which, I think we might switch these. That way, if I'm trying to think of how this works. So I go 1 into Con, you get 14, 14, and then I could have 17. I think it's probably the best way to go, is 14, 14, 17. Or not. Ah, gosh, this is actually... Min-max and me is having trouble with this. Alright, so if I go... 13... 14... 16, so that would be 15... 2... 15... 14... 15. So this 16, 16. Yeah, we're gonna do the 1 in Dex, 2 in Charisma, and just be a little squishier. Alright, our background. Do we want to be an acolyte? Do we want to be a religious bass guitar playing goblin bard? Do we want to be a charlatan, a bamboozler? Do we want to be a criminal? Do we want to be an entertainer? Do we want to be a folk hero? A gladiator? A guild artisan or merchant? A hermit? A knight? A noble? A outlander? A pirate? A sage? A sailor? A soldier? A spy? Or an urchin? What vibes do you want our goblin girl to have as her background? A folk hero mostly just bamboozles people? In a way, isn't that like Robin Hood? A real bamboozling folk hero? A folk hero that cried wolf and people just kept believing her. Did Robin Hood play bass guitar? It is uncertain, but I believe he should if he doesn't. Robin Hood should play bass guitar. We have vote for pirate. Okay, so we have entertainer, folk hero, pirate, entertainer, folk hero, and pirate so far. Anybody else want to throw out a vote? I will give 40 seconds. And then we will just decide between those three. Pirate, entertainer, and the folk hero. Arrgh. Okay, so between the three votes, pirate, entertainer, folk hero, please put in chat which you would rather do. Or I guess I could do a poll for this. Here we go. To be nice to Scarth or not to be. The people yearn for the pole. I got your pole right here, pants grab. Hey. Alright, we got 3 for Folk Hero, 1 for Pirate. Any other votes? Scarth hasn't even voted for Pirate. What is this betrayal? And we cry out for democracy. Ah, freedom. You'll love to see it. Alright, 2 for Pirate, 1 for Entertainer, 3 for Folk Hero. Any other votes, me hearties? Okay, we're about halfway through the vote, and it seems like Folk Hero is edging out Pirate. I guess we are not inclined to be a bass guitar playing Pirate Goblin. That would be another good instrument. Scatting. I'm a scat bard. Yep, a Folk Hero is really edging that Pirate, probably because they're restrained in the poop deck. A pirate voice is still an option, however. That's true. I could speak. I'd actually, try to do my goblin voice as a pirate. Let's see. Yahar, me hearties! Shiver me timbers! Alright, looks like Folk Hero won out. So we will be a Folk Hero Bard. Bahard. So we now know fucking survival and animal handling. Alright. And we know how to use a set of tools. Because we're a goblin, I'm just gonna choose calligraphy, because my goblins are all about the calligraphy. Hey there, Slipknot guy, how you doing? Timber status shivered. Fire 8 wisdom is the gods intended. Yep. We got a nice set of wisdom skills to be entirely ignored by our shitty wisdom. Alright, so what is our defining event? Now, this doesn't have to be true. We could have this as it's entirely BS, but here we go. I stood up to a tyrant's agents. I saved people during a natural disaster. I stood alone against a terrible monster. I stole from a corrupt merchant to help the poor. I led a militia to fight off an invading army. I broke into a tyrant's castle and stole weapons to arm the people. I trained the peasantry to use farm implements as weapons against tyrant soldiers. A lord rescinded an unpopular decree after I led a symbolic act of protest against it. A celestial fae or similar creature gave me a blessing or revealed my secret origin. Or I was recruited into a lord's army where I rose to leadership and was commended for my heroism. So we got 2 votes for I stood up against a monster and it's entirely BS. All right, all right. Any other background defining event moments that people think would be good? Monster. Okay, we got 3 for monster, so we're doing monster. All right, we're gonna do our personality traits. As far as anyone knows, she drove a monster away from the village. Source, her. Hey, Bell Dandy, welcome, welcome. Can we have a shout out, please, for Bell Dandy? A very good bead. We're doing our character design for our solo D&D game. So personality traits. I judge people by their actions, not their words. If someone's in trouble, I'm always ready to lend help. When I set my mind to something, I follow through no matter what gets in my way. I have a strong sense of fair play and always try to find the most equitable solution to arguments. I'm confident in my own abilities and do what I can to instill confidence in others. Thinking is for other people. I prefer action. I misuse long words in an attempt to sound smarter. I get bored easily when I'm going to... when am I going to get on with my destiny? So which 2 of those do you think is my personality traits? Wow, it turns out I have no personality traits IRL. She'd be Goblin and int 8. Misuses long words. Confidence. Okay, we got confidence and misuses long words. Any other votes? Okay, we got another vote for confidence. Thinking is for other people. We got thinking is for other people out there. We're going to choose the top 2 of these. So currently confidence is tied, and then followed behind that is misusing long words, and thinking is for other people. Real bimbo hours. Are we just a confident bimbo? Are we just very confident in our abilities and thinking is just something for other people? Alright, we're going bimbo hours. So we've got our fucking goblin bimbo bard folk hero. Alright, what is my ideal? Do I want respect, fairness, freedom, might, sincerity, or destiny? The confidence helps her lie. The lies. Freedom. Alright, everybody voted freedom. You know that freedom isn't free. It costs folks like you and me. Freedom costs $1.05. Alright, our bond. Do we have a family? Do we work the land? Were we once a proud noble? Oh no, a proud noble once gave me a horrible beating, and I want revenge against all bullies. My tools are symbols of my past life. I protect those who cannot protect themselves, or I wish my childhood sweetheart had come with me to pursue my destiny. So we hope to see our family again one day. Do we work the land, protect the land? Did we once get bullied by a noble? Do we carry around the tools of our trade as a reminder of our past? Do we protect the weak? Or do we mourn the fact our waifu did not join us? Childhood sweetheart, that sounds the most pathetic. So we have childhood sweetheart, and we've got protecting others who can't protect themselves. Any other votes? Childhood sweetheart. So we are currently we're currently tied between childhood sweetheart and protect the weak. Next person who votes gets to be the tiebreaker. Childhood sweetheart or protect the weak? Go. For somebody who obviously hasn't voted already. Childhood sweetheart it is, Belle Dandy. So we're sad our waifu did not join our laifu. Alright, finally we've got our flaw. The tyrant who rules my land will stop at nothing to see me killed. I'm convinced of the significance of my dynasty and blind to my shortcomings and the risk of failure. The people who knew me when I was young know my shameful secret, so I can never go home again. I have a weakness for the vices of the city, especially hard drink. Secretly, I believe that things would be better if I were a tyrant lording over the land. And the last is, I have trouble trusting in my allies. I know which one Master Fail's gonna pick. We have a shameful secret as to why our childhood sweetheart abandoned us. Was it that we played League of Legends? Is that why our waifu abandoned us? So we got, alright, I was a jungle maid. We got one for shameful secret, one for good tyrant. Flaw, we were cringe. I'd bring it with someone playing LOL too. So we're currently between shameful secret and being tyrant's pretty cool. Hey Thomas, can we have a shout out please for Thomas the Tactician, a very good little night wolfo. Thank you for the huggle wuggle. We're designing a goblin bimbo bard for our high seas adventure. Alright, shameful secret wins out. Let's go standard equipment. A rapier! Yahar! Diplomat, I don't know, we'll go entertainer's pack. And then we're gonna say that the lute is our bass guitar. Alright, we're on to spellcasting. We used to play metal, so now we do crumba and reggaeton. Alright, we obviously have to take Vicious Mockery because we're bards. And then Prestidigitation because we want to be able to shower magically. But for our actual spells, what do you think we should take? Charm Person, Dissonant Whispers, Fairy Fire, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, Thunder Wave, Healing Spells, etc. What kind of vibes do you think we should do for our four spells that we know? This is where I no longer have an opinion, for lack of knowing what the hell is going on in D&D. Gotcha. I'm just picking some random spells if no one has other thoughts. Give her some healing words, some ability to chat with animals, a Thunder Wave, and a Dissonant Whisper. What spells do you think a bimbo would know? Yeah, with her shitty animal handling, being able to talk with animals is definitely a synergy. Everyone knows Thunder Wave is just Power Chord. That's all that Thunder Wave is a spell. We can also do Disguise Self, make our Bazongas appear even larger. Oh no, that's Alter Self. I can only see taller or shorter. You know, if we're going true bimbo, I'm gonna give her charm person. Are there enlargement spells? I believe there is. Do I get it as a bard though? No, you don't get enlarge as a bard. I think it might be a second level spell. Alright, so we're gonna do Speak with Animals, Healing Word, Charm Person, and Dissonant Whispers as our, like, 4 base spells. As our bimbo spells. I do not have a feat. Apply changes. Alright, so we need to tweak down this. That's supposed to be that, and that is supposed to be. Or no, that's supposed to be 16, and that's supposed to be 16. Okay. And that's supposed to be 13. Okay, so we have our bard made. And we're going to give her just a bunch of experience points so we can just auto level up. So advantage toggle. And level up. Level 2 bard. Do an average HP. -1 wisdom, amazing. No, it means we're kind of oblivious. That's what -1 wisdom means. Intelligence is being dumb. Wisdom is just kind of like, you're kind of a oblivious person. Alright, so we get another spell. We're gonna take yeah, we're gonna power chord people, so we're gonna do Thunder Wave. Yes, we executed Aura of Naivete. Do the tomato explanation of stats? What the fuck is a tomato explanation of stats? Alright, so we are a gobbo. I just need to tweak Fury of the Small because it's different in Mordekainen's. I forgot that goblins actually get like a bonus if you're taller than them, which is so real. Okay, and we got our Fey ancestry. Okay. Interesting. That's an interesting use of explaining stats, Loth. The tomato method. Alright, so we got some spells. We got our little dealio. We can poke people pretty darn well. We have 10 gold. We play the bass guitar. I guess I'll put that in our equipment that we have a bass guitar. One bass guitar. All we know is the tomatoes are very worm-shaped. Alright, what should we name our goblin? Currently, our random name is Ahejo Joklik. I could steal the goblin name I used before on a character and just be Gehenna Heartpiercer. But, you know, I am open to other goblin names. Hidofina? What the fuck does that mean? Gobbie the Gobbo? That's a VTuber. Gobbie the Gobbo is 100% a VTuber. Gobsidia. Yeah, if I recall correctly, Gobbie is actually a Death Knight Goblin. I don't remember though, but I'm like 90% certain there is a Gobbie the Goblin. Goblinda Desnoots. Burn-a-Debt, but she writes it as Burn-a-Debt. Gobbie Lynn. I like Gobbie Lynn. It's cute. There is, in fact, a Gobbie the Gobbo. You know, there is like challenge level impossible for somebody to make a goblin and not put Gob somewhere in their name. I think it all started with Boblin the Goblin. Gobbie Lynn. Why not just call her Karen? Rude, rude. Gobbie, you know, we're gonna do it like she's a southern girl. Gobbie Lynn, and we'll go Burn-a-Debt. Gobbie Lynn Burn-a-Debt. So we have Gobbie Lynn Burn-a-Debt, our goblin bard folk hero with a bass guitar. Known for slaying a monster. You guys can toss out monsters that she allegedly slew. She has 12 strength, 16 dexterity, 13 con, 10 intelligence, 8 wisdom, and 16 charisma. That is our trusty little Gobbie Lynn. Oh, don't make it that easy for me. I got the monster she slayed right. How do I have a +4 to initiative? That is a very good question, game. Should only be a +3. Oh, I forgot Jack of all trades is a fucking skill. I mean, a fucking race trait. It's so silly. Yeah, I think that initiative is wrong, but oh well. The dreaded Poodle Cerberus, a truly ferocious foe. Alright, I think we've got our goblin statted. Gobbie Lynn Burn-a-Debt. Alright, now give me a second to set up my drawing tablet. Okay. Set up. Now let's switch screens. There we go. So we have our goblin and her bass guitar. So this is good old Gobbie Lynn. Whoa, that was quite laggy. Gobbie Lynn Burn-a-Debt. What hair color do we want our goblin to have? She's obviously gonna be green. She's gonna have green skin, but like what hair color and eye color do we want to give her? Bleach blonde, sky blue, bubblegum pink. We got quite a spectrum here. So we have one for blonde, one for blue, and several for pink. We got a purple in there. And blonde. Alright, I have popped open a poll for you. So we have 2 for blue, 3 for pink, 2 for blue. It's truly gonna be a bimbo goblin with fucking pink hair. Alright, we got 3 for pink, 2 for blue. No other votes so far, so we're gonna embracing the pink. Alright, so now people can toss out what eye color do you think she should have? Battle of the trans flag colors. Who will come out on top? Who is the top? White? Just white? She's got white eyes? Trick question, they were both bottoms. Oh, now they're tied. Now pink and blue are tied. Gold. We have white, gold. Any other eye color suggestions? We have white and gold. Silver. Gold, silver, and white. Let's give her two-toned pink and blue hair. If we get a tie, I will give her two-toned hair. We have about a minute left for the last vote. Otherwise, she's going to have pink and blue hair. Alright, yeah, looks like it's gonna be a mix. Pink and blue. So now we have gold, white, and silver eyes. Once this vote is over, I'll start up the final one for gold, silver, or white eyes. I love democracy. Alright, pink and blue tied. Final vote. silver, gold, or white eyes. High C style adventure makes me want to play my 2 swashbuckling rogues, Tyr and Bounty. Checks out, checks out. Well, you see what I'm gonna be playing, this trans goblin bimbo bard. That's gonna be my high C swashbuckler, Thomas. Alright, we have 2 for gold and 2 for white. If we tie, it's gonna be two-toed again. So I guess, I don't know, like, one eye having a gold sclera and a white eye, and the other one having white sclera with a gold eye. Our little trans bimbo pirate. Is this Scarf? Is this Scarf live in 4K? The next best thing to being a Triton, if we had been a Triton bimbo, a trans bimbo, we would have literally been Scarth. Alright, unless we get another vote, it's gonna be gold and silver, or gold and white. Scarth is Guyland, Scarth is Civic Hybrid. Yeah, it's just, you know, we're close. We got the pirate aspect, we got the trans part, we got the bimbo part of Scarth. We just didn't get the exact race combo right. Surprise, Thomas. So, gold 1 out of 3. Okay, so gold eyes is the winner. Somebody with the last minute clutch vote. Erase the white. Okay, so we've got our pink and blue hair, our gold eyes, and our goblin bimbo. Oops, that's wrong. So let's take a stab at designing her. So, heavy breathing stops. Shoulder dealies over here. Some big ass ears. And let's see. Some bazongas. Real hips don't lie. Bigger. The caption blocking boobas are also essential. There's some big ass fucking eyes. Give her some big teeth. Or a little Fang-gang, baby, Fang-gang! And what kind of hairstyle do we want to give her? We'll do the classic, you know, Obsidian special, you know, over the eye. Fang-gang, or we give her a little ponytail, you know, like you know, ponytails. So if anyone has any opinions about hairstyle, let me know. Hi, Ariana Grande style ponytail. Twin tails are also an option for maximum oblivious bimbo. Also true. So what was it? Something like that for tails. Hair drills? We're not doing hair drills because it's too complicated for me to draw. So, the Ariana Grande high would be... This is what we like to call a Drakari special. If you play 40k, that makes sense. So gave her the high hair. Let's go. Does she have spicy Drakari kinks? We don't know. She's just this little bimbo bard. Try to get a vibe of how I want her hair to be. I hate drawing hair. I love hair, but I hate drawing it. Nice eyebrows. And gotta go. Alright, thank you for coming by, Alistair and I appreciate you hanging out. Our hair here. Things like that. Because a full Ariana Grande would be like the little like block fucking bangs, but I hate those. Alright, we're gonna skip hair for a second. So we got our big bazongas. Give a rough idea as to like that, and then there was some titty spillage. Too bodacious for this top. Tomorrow is a holiday here. For a little corset. Things I expected City to say. Titties Village. You're gonna factor so many runes and make so many Higarashis cry.
Yeah.
If only, Zara. If only. Hilka ain't gonna marry herself, you're goddamn right. You'll see post-surgery face probably in several months. There are things about it that still need to heal that I do not like as much, so you will not be seeing it anytime soon, unfortunately. Give her... gotta give her a choker. That's an Obsidian special. And then give her a little yada. That. Oh, you're sweet, Zara. I appreciate it. Gotta do some big ass fucking gobbo earring. And then I will do a couple. I don't like those ones as much. Let me just do a little hearts or something. A little gobberina. There's some little top to do. Alright, that finishes that seahorse track. Time for another one. Another one. Oops, that's wrong screen. There we go. Gobbo. And I have to quickly Google something about bass guitars. Why do I feel like bass guitars used to be like really big? I feel like I remember them being like cello sized. Maybe that is just a filthy made up thing by me. Maybe it's because you're actually a Goblin IRL? Maybe, maybe. And it's like a... yeah, strings going up it. I'm just trying to imagine, like, this is a fucking bass guitar. I've never drawn a guitar before. If you couldn't tell. I see what it's. Give it a little... some mouth. Let's give it a little... rawr. Little angy face guitar. Guitars aren't real, they're an invention of big music. I agree. 100% true. Give it a little grumpily face. Perfect. This grumbly face guitar. There we go. Or like little bean here, so other, I think it's down like here. Finger doodles. Gotta give her like some blocker gloves or whatever, so that. Oh, it's the opposite side. I got those hands wrong. So it's like this. Trying to imagine how to play guitar for a second. No, I had it right the first time. So it's like your hands over here, and then go here. Her fingers are kind of like here. Oh, it's bad apple hours. That's how you know we're really listening to Seahorse up in this house. Let's give her some fucking gloves. And a little arm torque. Love doodles. Gobbie Lynn is some bad apples right here. Yep, she is the bad apple. Alright, we have a rough vibe of her down. Let's see if we can add some order to this chaos. Two. She's a little crazy looking, but I like that for her. Just a little silster, you know, leave her alone. Another way to do this. So Gobbie Lynn, baby, Gobbie Lynn. I don't like it. Sorry, I'm just really bad at hair. I never know what I want to do with it. I'll probably revisit that post-stream to figure out what I want to do with her hair. But I know what color it's going to be. Look at how she's coming together. Isn't she such a cutie pie? Silly Gobbie Lynn Burn-a-Debt. With her fucking bass guitar. So I think it's supposed to be... I'll do a quick thing just because part of this I'm gonna have to do off stream just because I need to get the posing right for her holding a guitar, but we can do at least some indicators here. Gold is kind of like this color. And then kind of shine it up a bit. And kind of darken it up a bit. Nope, that's the same color. Little gold eyes, and just for the sake of expediency, indicating some of this. So we're gonna just like color it, and we're gonna do some blue over it. eraser. And let's go with the blue. We want sky blue, so I'm closer to this. That's wrong, that's an eraser. There we go. It's a very quick mock-up of her fucking pink and blue hair. This is interesting. Quite the interesting little gobbo we're getting here. Mistakes were made. I realized I did this on the same layer. I think we're gonna probably wrap it up here. Just because there's stuff I want to work on off stream when I have like more ref images and stuff to work with. But I think we have a good idea of our little Gobbie Lynn Burn-a-Debt. the Goblin Bimbo Bard. So I will hopefully get more time to work on this, and I can post updates and stuff in the Discord and on Blue Sky when I have a chance. But oh, Kaylin, you're raiding me just as I was getting ready to close things up. But welcome, raiders. We how was your art going? Hey Vesper, welcome. We've been working now. Thank you for the follow, Mira Nocturne. My name's Obsidia. I'm everybody's favorite Death Knight. What is that floating behind my head? It is a bone halo made of the spines of my enemies and those I've hugged a little too tightly. Welcome everyone. We're going to be playing in a solo D&D adventure in the coming weeks. So today we designed a character together, and the chat voted on her being a goblin bard folk hero. And she is a bimbo with pink and blue hair and gold eyes, and she plays the bass guitar. You voted in on this, I see, Kaylin. It's not something where... This is basically, I bought it from a website, and it's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure novel, except it's a D&D adventure, and there's like combat and stuff with a character you make. So... Chat also voted on her name being Gobbie Lynn Burn-a-Debt. And she is our little goblin bard girl. So we were just doing some initial design stuff for her. She is quite silly. But she is the goblin that chat wanted, and the goblin that chat deserves. So, I started trying to sketch her out and stuff. Gobbie Lynn. Gobbie Lynn Burn-a-Debt. But yeah, it's happy to see you too, Kaylin. I'm doing pretty well. All things considered, I'm doing pretty darn well. The hero we deserve. It's truly Gobbie Lynn Burn-a-Debt with her frowny-faced fucking bass guitar. Do-do-da-do-ba-ba.
I am Gobbie Lynn Burn-a-Debt, the local hero to anyone who comes near. They say that I slew a mighty monster one day, and I have this to say. Wonderwall. Do-do-do.
You know, Gobbie, she didn't deserve the punishment that were you, but, you know, perhaps she is here to give you all the redemption arc. So, the plan is, I'm gonna finish drawing Gobbie Lynn at some point, and then hopefully next week, we will start our adventure called The Secret of Oki Island with Gobbie Lynn, and we're gonna play through it with chat, so chat will get to vote on like what, you know, options we do as we progress through the adventure, and we're gonna see how it goes. I have no idea. I've never done one of these adventures before, so it should be interesting. She also has a shameful secret that caused her waifu to not join her in adventuring. How was art, Kaylin? Art was okay. Got way too distracted yapping. The classic yap stream. Real Yaplin hours. Janice Yaplin. Well, I hope it was still fun, even if it wasn't terribly productive. But we're gonna wrap up here for the day. Because my face is kind of hurting, but it was fun. I hope you guys had fun. Working on this nonsense that is Gobbie Lynn. We were almost a Triton. If you haven't done so already, please give me a follow here on Twitch. Give me a sub over on YouTube. Give me a follow on Blue Sky. And you can join my Discord, the Eternal Citadel, and be a part of my incredible community. I want you all to know you're all beautiful, amazing, and valid people, and I hope you enjoyed spending your afternoon with me nearly as much as I enjoyed spending it with you. And never forget the most important part, which is the world is better having you in it. That'll be it for the week for me. Hopefully we'll be back next week for lots more D&D time as we put Gobbie Lynn into action. But I hope to see you then. We are going to be rating Pixelins. She is a cutie. I remember her previous form, but she's working on some emote commissions right now. She's a very cute little pixel like bunny. Alright, if you are a follower, please copy it on Call to Hugs. If you are a sub, I gotta spell Knights correctly. Please copy down the Knights message. Let's go send little Pixelin lots of love. Alright, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful day and just an awesome week. Until I see you guys next time, bye!